Hello, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the session today. Hello. Hope you guys can hear me, right? Okay. Let us start this session, guys. So, if you remember, yesterday we were trying to take a sample CSV file. Okay. So, after that, I wanted to split into it. So, you can see here splitting the CSV into a lines and creating a list. Okay. So, you can see here. And after that, I'm defining a function to convert the CSV records into JSON. Okay, you can see here. And this is one more way. So this is yesterday we have done this thing. Here we can also do like this. This is also one more way where you can able to convert the CSV records into a dictionary. Okay, both are same. Both gives the same results. After that, first thing what we were doing is that creating a pipeline object and reading the CSV data. Okay, so you have here the data. So here this is your sample CSV data, and what you have done is that you have split it, and because each line is a separate I mean, once you come here it should be a separate line. That means this is a second record. If you have to understand it as a second record, you have given split it like this. And this data I am trying to create it as a p collection one, and I am skipping the header here. Okay, you can skip the header lines here. Once you have it, if you wanted to write this particular speak collection to uh, text file, this is the thing that we have seen, right? So write to text files in the GCE. For that, beam.io.write to text, I have given the path of it. Likewise, let me open the cloud storage as well. Cloud storage, BigQuery. Let's delete all of these things inside this write data. GF table 1 also we will try to delete it. Okay, now you see here you are trying to convert, I mean, you are trying to write this particular P collection to the CSV text file, and after that, the same CSV records. This is a P collection one. That P collection one again you are writing it to the CSV file, and you are converting the CSV records into a JSON records using this function that we have done, right? So this is our function to convert that into a list of dictionary records. So for that one, I have converted it like this, and this is becomes a JSON records now. That JSON records I am using it to write it to the destination of JSON file. Okay, and similarly, same things I am using JSON records to write it to the Avro file. I'm going to remove this Parquet. I'm going to give this to you as an assignment. And so this is JSON records and writing it to the Avro. So while writing it to the Avro, I am specifying the schema properly. And after that, writing it to the JSON records to the BigQuery. And I have specified the table name, project name, dot dataset name, dot table name, and the schema, right disposition, custom, temporary location. And one more thing you have to understand, while I'm giving the table name, I have used after the project, I have used the colon. This is something that you should remember. Okay, after the project ID, I have given that this thing. So you can able to write the dictionary files to BigQuery. You should just provide the parameters like table name, schema details, write and create this position, and the custom GCS temporary location. The temporary location has to be provided because what usually happens is that while loading the data to the BigQuery, BigQuery actually creates a staging area that is GCS temp location. Okay, and after that it will load it to the BigQuery. So let me run all these things. It started running. Okay, I think it has ran. Let me see. No errors. You see here. Okay, I haven't used this function. You can also use this function. This is actually easy to understand other than this, but this one is something where you have to specify all the column names, but this one is iterable throughout all the columns, so within the range of the length of the columns. Okay, so this is one thing for you to understand, and this is like iterable, but this is you have to define the column names properly. Okay, and let me go to here. Let me refresh. You see here, I have Avro CSV JSON text file. And if I go to the BigQuery, if I refresh this thing, I also have a diff on table one. Name, age, city. 3 records are also there. Just now it is created. Preview of the data. Okay, preview of the data also you'll be able to see. So whatever the CSV file that we have taken here, right? So all of these things came into here. Okay, so this is how you can able to convert the data like this, and after that you can able to do this thing. You can able to write it to the BigQuery, JSON, Avro, Parquet, and Parquet is your assignment, sir. I have already the Parquet code, but I just removed it. Okay, so I want you guys to think about it. Assignment. Okay, this is what is the assignment, sir. I want you guys to look at it and try to get it. Okay, so this is what you guys to do it. I'm gonna save this thing. I'm gonna download this thing. I will go here. I will put it here in the data flow. Okay, so this is our input and output. Okay, reading and writing. And now, once the reading and writing is done, we are going to focus on the transformations today. So that is session 3. So let's try to learn 1 or 2 transformations today. So this is our session 3. Okay, let me delete it. So the very first thing is that whenever you wanted to do anything, as I told you, the very first thing is that importing the Apache Beam module, right? So this is what is our first step. So import the modules, import Apache Beam as Beam. Okay, let me try to tell you. Let me take a sample data. So one more thing also you have understand here, guys. Okay, so this was one of the question in the interviews. They're gonna ask you, like you have some CSV kind of a data. Okay, once you have a CSV kind of a data, what you have done here? What you have done here, sir? You have converted that CSV data into JSON records. So they're going to ask you this thing. For example, if I have a CSV data, I had to convert into a list kind of a data, or I wanted to convert into a list kind of a data with JSON. So that how do you do that? So can you write a code to convert the CSV data to the JSON, where it will be a data of list of dictionary data? Okay, a list of dictionary data, it will come. So can you write a code? This is a mostly asked question in the interview. You should focus on this point. Either you can write this code or you can write this code. Okay, converting that CSV data into a JSON records. Okay, this is something that you should understand. Now let me take a first thing. So first I have imported this module. After that, we are going to focus on first transformation, that is map. What is map? I will try to tell you. So, okay, for example, in map is one of the fundamental transformation in the Apache Beam, guys. What it will do is that if you give some kind of a function to the map, right, it will try to apply this function to the each element in the P collection and transform it to another value or a collection of values. Okay, so for example, what it will do is that it allows you to apply each custom function or apply custom function to each element in the P collection, element in the input P collection, input P collection, and transform it to produce single or multiple values. Okay, so this is what is a map transformation, sir. In a map transformation, what it will do is that, okay, in map transformation, what it will do is that it allows you to apply the custom function to each element in the input P collection and transform it to produce single or multiple values. Okay, single or multiple values. Finally, you will be getting a single value or a multiple values. So whatever the function that you have defined, right, that function will be, if you give it to the map transformation, it will try to apply that map transformation to each element inside the P collection, and it will produce the output P collections. Okay, so that is what it will do. So let me take one of the example. Okay, let me take a sample CSV file. Mark down. Okay, so let me try to define here. Okay, one sample CSV file. Okay, so that is, you can take employee.txt. Okay, so I'm going to put it here, the data for that one. I'm taking this data, sir. You can assume that this data is available in GCS. You already know how to read that. Okay. For now, I'm taking the data here only for simplicity. I have the data here. Okay. So, for example, if I have to read the data, so I'm going to define the pipeline object, right? We need to define the pipeline object. So, for defining the pipeline object, we already know with beam dot pipeline as pipeline. Okay, so usually we are going to read the CSV data. CSV data is equals to, start the bracket, and you can mention it as a pipeline object and read the data. Okay, read the CSV. And what you do? So you are reading the data from some sample file, right? So you're going to be mentioning that. So beam dot io dot read from text. Read from text. And you will mention that file name. Okay, you will mention that file name. What is that? Employee.txt. Automatically it came, okay? Because it is the employee.txt is there in the same directory. So when I give employee and tab, automatically rest of the code is finished. And I wanted to, so this is how it is. I just wanted to print it first. Okay, print it. So for printing it, you can just do beam dot map print the data. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, the bracket is not closed. Okay, you see here map. What is the map doing? You see here, guys. What is the map doing? You see, try to understand this map here. Okay, so for example, you have an input P collection, that is this data. That is this data. So you give this data, you read it here, and this is your P collection 1. It becomes, this is P collection 1, PC1. This P collection, if you give it to the map, the print is one of the function to print the records, right? So if you give that map to print all of the values that is coming from the P collection 1, what it is doing, you see here, it is just printing all those things. Okay, whatever it got it will try to print it. So print is a function to just print the records. Okay, that operation it is doing. The map is the one it is doing one by one. And no, sir, I don't want it to understand like this. So let me take it here. For example, I wanted to extract all the names from this particular thing. Okay, I wanted to extract all the names. Okay, so that is the transformation I wanted to do. Extract all the names. Okay, all the names I wanted to. My client asked me just extract all the names from the employee.txt and give it to me. Okay, and he asked me to give it to me. For that one, so extracting all the names is not that easy because this is a list kind of a data. This is a list. Okay, this is not a list. This is a CSV kind of a data. So if I have to understand the name, so first I'm going to convert this into a parse it. I'm going to parse it because so until this one I wanted this to be a column 1, next one is column 2, next 3 is column 3. Then I will get the column 1 so that I will get all the names. Okay, for that one I'm going to create one function. Okay, create one function. That function is defining one function that is to extract names. The function name is extract names. It is going to work on each record, or you can mention just X. That will be fine. Okay, I wanted to give fields, all of those. Y is equals to x dot split. I am going to split this whatever the data. This data I am going to get it right from the P collection. That data I am going to split on comma. So when you split it on comma, what it will do? This become one value, this become one value, this become one value. Okay. So now you are going to return only the record 0. Okay, record 0 if you field 0. The y of 0 if you print it, what it will get, sir? Index 0 means name, Alice, Bob, Charlie. You only get these names. Okay, you don't get anything. So that's what I'm going to return it here. This function, I wanted to copy it and I wanted to give it to the map transformation, because map will try to map is the transformation. It expecting a one of the function called extract names, and this is a custom function. If I apply it to the map, it will read the P collection from the this pipeline, and it will try to extract the names one by one, and it will produce the values, singular multiple values. Now let us see, this is our P collection too, PC2, and after that it is going to printing. Now you see here we got name, Alice, Bob, Charlie, but I don't want names here. So if you don't want name here, because if you wanted to skip the header, you can mention here skip header lines is equals to 1. See here Alice, Bob, Charlie. So this is how the map transformation will work, sir. Okay, this is how the map transformation will work. Okay, extracting the all the names from the input P collection. Okay, for that one I have defined my own function, and after that function I have given it to the map. Now the map is working like this. Okay, so this is one of the examples, sir. Okay, so let me gonna take one more example. This is example 1 to extract the names from employee.txt. Okay, this is what we are going to do. All the employee names we got it now. Okay, so this is how you can able to do it. Now I wanted to take one more thing. Okay, in this one only, if you wanted to apply one more transformation, so that is also can be done, or let us try to do it one more transformation in some other. Okay, so let's not worry about that. So for example, I'm going to take the same employee.txt only. Okay, so the requirement can be like this. Okay, so first thing, when you look at the data, okay, so this is, let me run it one more time. Okay, this is what it is. I'm going to take example 2. Example 2. So this is example 1, sir. This is example 2. We are going to take the same data. So what is the requirement is that if you wanted to apply, so you have here the data, and you have here the data. You wanted to print the same thing. You wanted to print the same thing, but you wanted to print, while printing it, you wanted to capitalize all the names wherever the names are there, right? So Alice, I wanted to capitalize each thing, each letter I wanted to capitalize. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. That thing I am going to incorporate here itself. Okay, so and this is example 1, and I'm going to mention here example 2. One is here, which we have done it here. This is for the example 1 is covered already. Here we wanted to, while we are printing, the requirement is that we don't want it to be like this. We wanted to capitalize. each name, capitalize the each name. So this also I wanted to incorporate here. We already extracted the names. Okay, if we already extracted the names, and now we are going to capitalize it. If you wanted to capitalize it, what you are going to do, sir? Okay, what you are going to do? You can mention here, I think upper dot upper, I think I can mention here like this. I can, let me try it out. Okay, so because it is returning, that's fine. Upper is not defined. Okay, we need to define the upper. I think it should be there. Upper should be there. Upper is a function. Let me try to keep it here. So wanted to I'm going to remove it here. If this is not working out, what I will do, if this is not, because this is not working out, I will mention here like this, upper. I think it should work now. Yeah, see here. Okay, so what we wanted to do, we wanted to capitalize the each name. See here, alias Bob Charlie. Earlier, if I was not removing it, so we are going to, so whatever the transformations you wanted to do, you are going to define each function and do your transformations. And that transformation, give it to your fundamental transformations, to your map, pardo, app, pardo, or a flat map. Plenty of the transformations are there. So you give it to that. Okay. So this is the best practice, guys. And so if I wanted to capitalize it, that's also that we have done it. And if you wanted to extract anything, any other things, let me take one more example. For example, let me take employee.txt, right? Let me take one more file. I have here new file. I have here sales.csv, sales.text or sales.csv. Okay, control S. You see here, I have a date, I have a city, I have a product, I have a sales. Okay, city name is there, product is there, the sales is there. Okay, the requirement is this thing. You have to calculate the total sales per each city. Okay, you have to calculate total sales for each city. For each city. Okay, for this one, how do you do that? So first, let us try to read that. Okay, let us try to create a pipeline to read that data. So I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to do it here with the define with the pipeline as pipeline, and I wanted to take CSV records to read the data from CSV. Okay, why is this? I'm going to copy this entire thing from here. Yeah, so read from CSV. This is not which one you can also mention. Yeah, you can also take convert this as a CSV, sir. If you want, sir, why you are taking all the text file, you can also make it as a CSV file. That's also fine. But the CSV looks like this. Okay, you can see here. I'm going to make it as a CSV. Okay, so read from the CSV, beam dot, read from text to sales dot CSV, header line skip, p collection one. So let me try to print it first. First time, let me try to print it. Okay, so let me try to check it whether I am able to read it or not. You see here, I'm able to read it, and the column name also gone because we don't need the column names, right? You see here, the column names are gone. So now I wanted to apply the transformation here. Okay, first thing we wanted to parse it, guys, right? So because now it is a comma separated file, which we don't wanted to do it. We wanted to, you know, uh, pass it to a, columns, so that we will be able to apply our transformations, right? So for that one, what I'm trying to do, okay, what I'm trying to do, I will take the CSV data, okay, or you can also put it like this is not fine. You can also put it like this. Parse CSV, because it's just a data only. We wanted to parse it so that we will be able to get some kind of a column names. So for that one, what I'm trying to do is that. So for that one, I'm going to define one function. Define one function. The function name is parse CSV. Parse CSV. Okay, and it is going to work on each function, right? So for example, y is equal to all the records, whatever it has given, right? I wanted to split it based on the comma. So this is what we wanted to do. Okay, first we are going to split it based on the comma, right? And after that, I don't want it to print because we wanted to find what's our calculating. We can return everything. Okay, we can return all the things. Okay, y. Okay, return y. We can able to return y. So what it will do is that. So you can say here, beam dot map transformation I am using, and parse CSV I will use this as a function. And what it will do, you see here, return y. So we have. So you should mention return y of 0, comma, y of 1. So let me see. Not comma, I guess. Okay, or you can mention like this. If it is this, something wrong. Okay, brackets. Let me see. Why return is not defined? Oh, the name of the return is wrong, guys. Should tell that. Okay, this is what it is. Okay, now you see here. Okay, date I don't need it. So date I don't need it, and city I don't need it. I want. So you already know ours is product and sales. We need only product and sales. No, city and sales we need it, because each city wise we are going to calculate the sales. Okay, per city wise, total sales per city wise. For that one, I need 1, comma 3. So if you print it, now you got city and you got the cost. But we don't need like this. We want, for example, here see total city, two city. New York is the same city here, but here the cost is 100, here cost is 150. So when it is like this, we have to group it. So New York and the cost should be, total sales should be sum of 100 plus 150. So that's what it has to do. Okay. For doing that, I'm going to create a one more transformation. Okay, I'm going to create one more transformation. What I'm going to do is that now I have got the city names as well as this thing. Okay, so now I wanted to do again, we calculate total sales. calculate total sales. Guys, hope all are following, right? Anyone have any questions? Hello? Yeah, okay. So I'm just telling you this is how we are going to do it, guys. Step by step, I'm making it complex so that you guys be able to understand, because the data flow or Apache Beam, no one knows before it. I believe no one knows before it. So it comes with the practice only. So the only thing is that whatever the transformation you wanted to do it, write it in the define it as a function and use that function inside the map. That's it. That's the only thing you have to do. And come up with a logic here. So you can return this thing in many different ways, but I have written it like this. So that's how you can come to any code, but it should be a proper code and it should give the result according to your requirement. Okay. Now the same thing I wanted to do beam dot map. I wanted to define a one function. That function, what it will do is that it will group the cities and sum the total sales. So that's what I wanted to do. For that one, I'm defining a one more function here. Define to calculate the total sales. Total sales, I will mention total sales. To calculate the total sales, I would just say, because you are having x comma y here. Okay, you are having x comma y here. What you have to do, 1 minute. If I have, I'm going to for doing this thing. It's not straightforward, guys. We have to use group by also, because that's the situation. Because we wanted to group the cities, so for that we need to use the group by also. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. I don't try to do it like this. So instead, what I can do, theme of map. Okay, before that, I wanted to group by key. So before that, so for doing this thing, two things I wanted to do: group by city. Okay, group by city, because otherwise it will not work. Without the group by, it will not work. Group by beam that we have a group by function is also there. We can use group by. Okay, and after that, now you do that. Calculate total sales. Already we have group by, so now you have to beam dot map, and you take the lambda function for now to do that, and take x, and x of 0 is your key. X of 0 is your key, comma, what you have to do, sum of these things, x of 1, right? The index 1 we have to do it. Sorry. Right. Okay, what you have done here, you have taken x value, and this thing also you can able to mention in the function, sir. This is, I don't wanted to keep it here, sir. I wanted to return this one, for example, sir. For that one, you can also define total sales. For doing that, okay, for doing that, you can actually take like this. Okay, so return. Okay, you can take return, yeah, return x of 0, comma, sum of x of 1, close. So this also you can do. Okay, anything is fine. You can use lambda function or you can define a one function. But lambda is a single purpose function where you can able to just do one transformations. Okay, so I have done the transformation very easily here. Either you can do there, either you can do it here. Anything is fine. Okay, yeah. Now, so group by is done. This is your group by key, and this is your summing out here. And finally, I wanted to print the data. Okay, I'm printing the data. Let's see it now, sir. Somewhere something is wrong. So let us see it here. What is the problem? Tuple object is not callable. So calculate the total sales. Tuple object is not callable. What does that mean? Okay. So we have here x of 0. Okay, sorry. X of index there it is. Okay, index 0, right? Okay, and it is same. Unsupported types for int. Okay, yeah. So we need to convert. So this particular x of 1 was actually, for example, you might have seen already. This was by default, it will take as a string only. The sales records taken as a string only. So you have to convert it into the integer first. Okay. So for doing that, int I will mention, and I will mention here one more bracket, and I think it should work. Okay, it is not working. It is not working. If it is not working like this, what I will do, while I am here giving it as, right, so here I will mention this as an int only here. Here only I will do the int, so that it will, I need not to separately mention it here. So okay, now you see here, guys, we got it. Okay, so while I am creating this parsing the CSV, right, I want this first value New York is to be a string, and the 250 values were also a string at that time. Now what I have done is that I have converted into this integer. Okay, if you wanted to see it, you can just put it like this. Earlier, if I don't mention this as an int, right, you look at this thing. See, both are string. Okay, both are string. Now I don't want that. When you mention it, now it becomes string, it becomes integer. And now you remove it, group by, you see here, it is grouping the data. So what it is grouping the data? These two things it is grouping the data. And now, sorry, control Z, right? Control Z, calculate the total sales. Now it is summing. Right, so based on this thing, you are going to sum the data, sir. Okay. Is it good? Any questions, anyone? Okay. Any questions, anyone? Now, the assignment for you guys is that, sir, this is again, I want you guys to think now. This is the output that we got. And now I want you guys to write this output to the BigQuery and create a table, sir. Create a table and write to it. Okay. So that's what is the assignment 2 for today. Assignment 2 is write this output to BigQuery. It's not straightforward, sir. It is not straightforward. Okay, it is also straightforward. You can directly write it. That's also fine because it's already separated, right? So you can also see here it is already separated. It is a list only. If you wanted to write it, right, it's straightforward. You can go to writing and just copy the schema. That's it. Automatically, it will work. Okay, just change the schema properly. Okay, it will work for you guys. Try try to do that. That's the assignment for you guys. Okay, yeah. And let me take one more example. Small example, one more I will take it. and write this output to the BigQuery. That's an assignment, guys. I want you guys to do that. Okay, so the thing is that we have already the CSV file. Close it, employee file. Okay, sir, here I have a employee.txt. Okay, this is an assignment that I am giving it to you. So, or you can increase the data also. I have the good data. Take this data, and what I wanted to do, sir, is that you have to calculate the average for each city. Calculate the average for each city and filter out the cities where the average is below 30, and that's what you have to do. The question is this one. Okay, the question is, okay, so let me try to do that. This is an example 4, I believe. So let us try to do this thing and we will close the day for today. So we wanted to calculate the average age for each city. This we know already. Average age for each city, this we know. Until this one we know it already, and we are going to filter out. This is what is one more thing that we are going to do. Filter out the cities where average age is below 30. Okay, average age below 30. Okay, this is what I wanted to do, sir. Okay, so let's do that. And for doing it, I'm going to just copy this entire code. I'm going to copy this entire code. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to change it. I'm going to do some changes, sir. Sample dot, this is employee.txt. I wanted to mention emp employee.txt. It came already. Skipping the header line and parsing it. So parsing it to get, okay, parsing it to get the city and age. I want only the city and age. Okay, what is the city and age? Okay, I want the city to be the first column and the age to be the second column. City is index 3 and age is index 1, right? So city index 3, y of 3. First I want the city column, then I want the integer of age, right? I want the integer because I wanted to do some transformations. Okay, first I'm going to keep this thing and I'm going to see whether it is working. Okay, somewhere something is wrong. What is the problem, sir? Y of 3 is not recognized. What does, okay, y of 2, sir, y of 2. Y of 2, because we only have 3 columns and index 2 and index 1, right? So we have got the city, we have got the age. Now I wanted to do the sum. We have already, this is not required. Earlier also this is not required, sir. Okay. Earlier also this is not required. And I wanted to do the group by. I wanted to do so New York and average age. We got it until here. Something same similar. But now we wanted to filter out the cities below some threshold value, that is 30. Okay, for doing that, I wanted to add one more transformation. Average age below 30. So this is what we wanted to do, right? So for that, I wanted to create one function. I wanted to, or we are going to enter into one more thing, that is filter function, sir. Filter is a transformation that I am going to use it here. Why it is coming like this? Filter is a one more transformation. Okay, like beam, we are learning about one more transformation, that is filter. Okay, filter is very simple. Filter is to filter out the data based on some condition, right? Filter is to whatever the function it will take, right? It is that function it is going to apply and it is going to filter out some data. Okay, for that purpose we are going to use the filter function. And for doing that, I wanted to define one function. We already have age, and we already have city, and we already have this thing. And what I wanted to do is that first I'm going to define one function. Okay, first what I will do, I'm going to define one function to filter data. I'm going to mention like this. I'm going to mention x of this one. Okay, and I wanted to take I wanted to take I wanted to return what I wanted to return is that this is my city one. I wanted to return exactly like that. Okay, return the average age, that is nothing but x of 1, right? X of 1 more than or equal to 30 only I wanted to get it. Okay, more than or equal to 30 only. So let me see what. Okay, here it is not mentioned, sorry. Filter out the data, filter function I have used. See here, we got it. Okay, so you have to understand step by step, sir. It will not happen in one day. It comes up with the practice. You see here, the output was this thing, because but I don't want it. See, this is my x0 and this is my x1. Where the x1 filtering is to filter out, filter function is to filter out the data. What it will do, it will just print out, it will filter out the data where x1 less than 30, it will don't record it. We don't need those x less than 30. Okay, for those I wanted to, wherever the average age is more than 30, I want those records. So that I am trying to return it out. And that function I am using it here, and you will be able to see the records data here like this. So this is how you are going to do the transformations, sir. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Yeah, it is completely different from Spark, because Apache Beam itself, it is own framework, right? Apache Beam itself, it is a different framework. Hmm. That also assignment for you guys. Okay. Load from, I think I have done it right. I've done it. It's already there, right? See here. Somewhere here. Yeah. See, this is one reading. After that, remove this print and mention this thing there. Right. Automatically it will read that P collection and write it to the P, read that from the table and write it to that. It's already here. Okay. No, the syntax is different, guys. Whatever the thing you wanted to do, it's more of a data pre-processing. Whatever the data file you wanted to do it, you are going to read it in the form of a data, and you wanted to convert it into a list to tuple dictionary and try to do all the transformations and columns, and then you do it and write it to the destinations. Okay, and the assignment, how many assignments I have given? So this is assignment one, guys. I want you guys to do it. Okay, and here in the assignment 2 also I have given, and the assignment 3 I am going to give is, I have one question and I have the data. Okay, so the data I will show you first. New file, that is product, let us just say products.txt. Okay, I'm going to open that. I'm going to copy this data and paste it here. So this is your products.csv, sir. Product, category, price, and quantity. Okay. So the question is this one. Assignment is this one. Calculate the total revenue calculate the total revenue for each product. For each product, sir. Okay. So for each product, and for revenue is nothing but a what, sir? So this is a hint, guys. This is a hint. Okay. Because some people miss it. Revenue is equal to price multiplied by quantity. If you miss this thing, you won't be able to do it. Okay. Yeah. So this is a hint. I want you guys to do all of these three things. One is the writing, and one more is here the assignment to write this output to the BigQuery, and this is one more assignment. Try to do all of these things. Okay. Now what I will do is that I will try to download this thing. I will try to download this thing, and I will try to download employee products and this, sorry, and these three things also I will download, and I will give it to you guys. Okay. Meanwhile, if anyone have any questions, they can ask. No, it works both. It works both. So you may be doing it from CSV. Most of the time, CSV files only, CSV, JSON, Parquet file formats only. And usually, people also read the data from the BigQuery, and they'll also do transformations and load it to the destination. So that's also there. Okay. Yeah. So this is the data, sir. You can have the data, and this is our session 3. Okay. Do this thing. Try to do it. Assignments, I have given you 3 assignments in these things. Try to do that also. No, most of the time we will be, I mean, in our sessions, I will be telling only the batch data processing, guys. Streaming data is very hard for me to explain, but I will give you one example. Okay, maybe once I discuss about PubSub. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, anyone? Okay. This is it for today. We will see tomorrow, guys. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all.